Now get ready for the power of Groove.ai. Become a member of Groove today. We'll groove all the way. Automate your marketing with the power of Groove.ai. Discover the secrets today. Groove.ai is starting now. Now get ready for the power of Groove.ai. Become a member of Groove today. We'll groove all the way. Automate your marketing with the power of Groove.ai. Discover the secrets today. Groove.ai is starting now.
All right. A nice 2-minute cheesy, cheeky song about Groove.ai. All right, everybody. Groove.ai is starting now, as you heard in the song. Good to see you all here in the chat. We are going to be talking today about the new apps, the GPTs, that we put inside of the app yesterday. So I'm hoping all of you made it yesterday. Sorry if I seem a little distracted, just closing some last minute messages that we're wrapping up here. Let me get you my full attention here. I'm going to close that. All right. So just a reminder, yesterday was about all of the updates that we had for Groove.ai. We pushed 2 updates live. I think one on the 6th, one on the 13th. We went over all of that stuff and what was coming soon. If you haven't seen that, just go to the Facebook group for Groove.ai or go to the Groove.cm official YouTube channel. You'll find all that there. Today, we're going to be going over about 25 to 30 apps that we put inside of Groove.ai. We're going to explain why they're currently working as GPTs on ChatGPT Plus and how we're going to be porting them all over. We did this so that we could get them to you sooner because actually programming them into the user interface once I've created them is going to take some time, probably not as much time as you would think, but we have other things on the schedule that we have to make sure we complete for Groove.ai, so we can't just knock it out on the schedule now. So the good news is, if you have a ChatGPT Plus account, which I'm sure most of you do, you'll get access to them immediately. And we're going to be going over that today. Just a reminder, next week is for white label owners, Thursday and Friday. Thursday, we're going to be going over all of the terms and conditions. It's going to be about an hour. We're going to let you know how the white label is going to work, how and why we're giving you 100% of the profits, and what you're going to be selling it for, what features people are going to get, what you can expect to sell it for in terms of price points. All those different things are going to be covered next Thursday. And then Friday will be the first part of the training. We will be revealing the websites for you that you're going to be using. We will be showing you how to set up a product in your GrooveSell account and how to set up the pages and how to set up the webhooks, or at least we'll be talking about those things so we can start preparing you for January. We are going to be releasing the white label when we get back from the Marketers Cruise. We leave on January 6th, which essentially means our last day here is January 5th. And, with New Year's, we'll be getting back. It'll be the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And 5th is just a little bit too much for us to be launching the white label that week. We wouldn't be there to support you and do live streams and trainings. So we're getting a head start on that for the white label owners this month. with that training that will be Thursday and Friday. And then from there, we'll do some trainings in the first week of January. And then that's going to allow you to get your website set up, everything ready so that you could start selling. And then when we get back from the cruise, we're going to release the API connection so that you can start making all of this work. Some of you, if you're on top of everything and moving quickly, will be getting your white label up and running in somewhere between January 20th and the 1st of February. Some of you that are a little slow to act on these things, you'll be getting ready in February. That's the message for the white label. And now I'm going to share my screen and we're going to jump in and we're going to talk about the GPTs for we're going to talk about the GPTs and the assistants for Groove. And any questions about the white label, please hold off until next week. We're going to answer all of your questions. So I'm going to move my browser for StreamYard over to here. Just a reminder, when you see me looking here, this is screen 1, screen 2, screen 3. I'm putting StreamYard there so we don't get that echoing effect of the screen. All right, let's hit present, share screen. Let's load this up here. Let me make sure that my screens are presentable today. We're going to share the entire screen, and you'll be seeing that right about now. Share screen at the stage. There we go. All right, everybody. So I'm going to assume that most of you were here yesterday and you saw, let me move my microphone a little closer. I'm assuming most of you were here yesterday and you saw the updates. As I said, if you didn't, just go check them out at the Groove.ai Facebook group or our YouTube channel. Specifically today, we're going to be going over this section right here. I'm going to just click right here. Martin Bodeker sent me some Skype messages that, he got some incredible results with the GPTs. He's really excited about them. He says, I tried them and they're awesome. Let's see here. Do we need to do anything special to be able to chat? No, you just work from inside your Facebook group. But I'm going to just jump right in here and not go down the rabbit hole. We'll do a Q&A a little bit later. All right. So the first thing that you need is a Groove.ai paid account as a backer, or if this is in the future, if you're paying the recurring income prices or you're working with a white label. You're going to notice right here, we added something called apps. So this has been something that I've been so excited to get into Groove.ai. And quite frankly, this is a lot easier than we had originally hoped. AI is moving rapidly, and we wanted to create all of these apps. This is typical to what you might have seen in something like Jasper or Copy.ai or Writer. They have things like headline creator or subject line creator, Facebook ad creator. The thing that they had to do is they had to do all of those programmatically, meaning not only did they have to do a user interface, but they had to do all of these things by sending functions to AI even before ChatGPT even existed. Well, recently ChatGPT came out with two things. They had a big developer day. They announced these things called GPTs that we're going to be showing you today. And they also announced that for developers, we have the same exact thing. They're referred to here. Let's just log in. They're referred to as assistants. So let's go here. And there was something I didn't talk about yesterday that we'll talk about. I started, but I never finished. So our assistants here, we're going to go over exactly what these are. They work just like they do in ChatGPT. The only thing is we have to create the user interface for them. And so we're in the midst of doing that, and that will be released in probably January or February. Again, the white label is taking some precedence right now because we have to get that ready for the people that start getting billed in January. So let's talk about what we went over yesterday, but I never fully went down the whole rabbit hole of what's going on. So, and I'll just come on camera here now. So when we first got ChatGPT, what we're all familiar with, as I said yesterday, ChatGPT is kind of like a sleeping giant. It's not thinking. It doesn't have any goals. It doesn't have any consciousness. It's not dreaming. Contrary to any popular belief, it has no emotions. It's simply a language model that's sleeping, and it wakes when you give it a prompt. You'll say, write me a blog post about Ben Franklin. It activates. It now has a task, not a goal. It has a task, and it writes the blog post, and it goes right back to sleep. And you make another prompt. You say, make it longer. It wakes back up. It reads what it had. So there's no agency or autonomy or anything going on there. That's the first version of Chat GPT. There's 3 versions that are coming. One was just released. It's the next evolution of large language models. You're going to start hearing these terms in AI referred to as agents. Agents are pre-programmed Chat GPTs. We're going to call them GPTs, or assistants, but we'll call them GPTs. Agents are pre-programmed GPTs that you upload knowledge, you give them a specific personality. But unlike a system prompt, they don't have to do every single thing that they're told. And let me give you an example of what I mean. If we go to Chat GPT, the old school way that they used to have this thing in here in your settings, I got to share my screen, sorry. They had these things called custom instructions. And this basically uses a system prompt. Okay. And if we look in in Groove.ai, if we take a look at, let's say, a particular output that we had yesterday, and I click here to see the system prompt, let's go here. Bear with me just a second. Let me just draw out a new output here for a second. Bear with me just a second. I want to show you what a system prompt is and the difference between what GPTs are. So you can see I just said to it, hello, right? And you're wondering why it didn't respond back with, hi, how are you? I'm fine. Because right now it's brainwashed. It has a system prompt in there that's telling it to use a knowledge base. Let me shut that off. It's also telling it to speak to AI marketers, and it was told to write a long form sales letter. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to let that go out. That'll continue in just a minute. It was also told to use this tone and style and all these different things, and it had some information on the output. So when we go back and we look at the system prompt that was sent, you're seeing it was told all of these things. So it couldn't even help itself when I said to I asked it hello. It was told that you must give the output as a long form sales letter. It is brainwashed. It cannot break that programming. That's the old school way. We're still using that here because it's very effective for this. But now that ChatGPT has moved to the next phase that they call these, as you see here on my side, assistants, the way assistants work is instead of giving it hard instructions like a system prompt that says everything must be in a blog post, what you do is with GPTs, with custom GPTs, aka assistants that we have as developers, we can now give ChatGPT a role, and we can turn it into an agent. We can say what it's allowed to use. Can it use DALL-E 3 to make images? Can it use code interpreter, write code? Can it use the advanced data analysis to crunch data and give us data and charts and graphics? Can you upload knowledge as a user? Could we upload knowledge as we create the GPT? All of these different things, essentially what it means is we can create these agents, and they are now, let's go from the original ChatGPT, which was here. This was, remember, we said task driven. It doesn't have any goals. Now with these new agents or these new apps that we can now create, these GPTs, we can now describe what these things are. We can make them paralegals, we can make them attorneys, we can make them things that have goals. And so it's kind of like creating your own version of ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is this very generic thing that basically, as I said, it's sleeping, it waits for a question, and it gives a response. These things now, this next level, this next generation, these agents now have goals. And so if you give it some information, it's going to keep asking you information until it has what it needs to execute the job. And then once it has what it needs to execute the job, it may have several different things that it needs to do. Like number one, analyze something. And then it'll say, hey, I analyzed it. Let's move on to step two. Step two is the critique. Step three is where I tell you how you can make it better. And step four is where I rewrite it. And step five is where I give you the images for it. And step six is where I connect to Zapier, because you told me to connect to Zapier, and I post it onto your Groove blog or your WordPress blog. So this is the next generation. We're in generation 2 out of 3. Obviously, there's going to be 4, 5, and 6, but on the horizon coming next year is generation 3. And that's where we have autonomy. And that means that imagine having 30, 50, 100 different GPTs. Now we're going to change the name of GPTs and we're going to call them employees. These agents are actually employees or outsourced workers. And the next generation, so right now we're in generation 2, right? The first one was the sleeping giant. The second one of these agents that can actually do things. You give them goals and they can iterate and they can keep doing until their goal is done. And what's coming next year is basically full autonomy, where you can create one GPT agent that's the CEO, and you communicate only with that CEO. And you will tell that CEO, here's what I want to create. I want to create a game like Flappy Birds. And that CEO is going to say, well, then we're going to need a programmer. We're going to need a documenter. We're going to need somebody to test the code. And they're going to look at all the GPTs that they have access to that you've created for them. And they're going to say, hey, I have everything we need. And they're going to go to work and they're going to communicate and actually talk. You can actually see them talking like they're in a Slack channel or a Skype group. And they're going back and they argue. You will have one GPT that basically checks for FTC compliance. You'll have another GPT that writes the copy or the blog post, and you'll have another GPT that posts it, and another GPT that checks the analytics and reports back to you. So you're going to have a blog post on health and wellness, and how eating certain nuts may be bad for you, or seed oils are bad for you, and how certain other fruits may be more healthy for you, like avocado oil or olive oil. The only thing is that GPT may write something that makes a claim, and it's going to get you in trouble, if you post something like that on your blog, because it's making health claims or something along those lines. So before it gets posted on the blog, it's going to go to the editor, maybe to check for grammar. After it's checked for grammar, it's then going to go to the GPT legal assistant that's going to say, hey, I notice you're making a claim. This is walking the gray line. It's probably okay, but let's be on the safe side and rewrite it. He's going to send it back to the writer. The writer will write it. He'll send it to the editor to make sure it's good. The editor will send it to the grammar person, and it'll go back to the FTC person. When it's approved, it'll go to the person that posted, and it'll show up and get scheduled for your blog. So coming soon, we're going to have the ability for these CEO GPTs to actually run a team of not 50, not 75, but hundreds of GPTs. You can imagine soon there'll be these marketplaces for these things. This is what we're building into Groove. We're not a standalone solution. This is coming to the world. It'll be coming in ChatGPT. It'll be coming everywhere. It's pretty exciting times, actually. What you'll see is the GPTs will also say, we don't have somebody to do that. I'm going to basically hire a person, and it's going to create a specialist GPT. Let's say that FTC, proofreader, the person to keep you out of hot water. It will create the agents that it needs to create the jobs. So that's what's coming, next year. Just a little bit of update news. We're expecting ChatGPT 4.5 to be released sometime either today or next week. That is a game changer for us developers as well, because it's adding this multimodal ability here for us as well. More on that soon, but let's jump in right now. I need to first gather some assets out of my Dropbox. So I need to sync these files down. So let me just see here. I'm just opening up some some files here that we're going to need. And I just realized after working with all of these, I could have just said, right-clicked on all of these and open them. Okay, so that's the first 8 that we're going to need for today. And let me just do all of these and just click open. Okay, excellent. All right, we're going to get down to the sexy stuff now. And let's get back over to here. We're going to go here and we're going to explain what's going on. So as you'll see here, all of these GPTs that we have, these apps, when you click on them, currently they're going to open into ChatGPT for you. Okay. And once you're in ChatGPT, you're going to have the ability to take this and pin it to the sidebar or add it to the sidebar. Just recently, yesterday, ChatGPT now only shows you 3 at a time. They now added this little tab that shows you all of the GPTs that you have access to, ones that you create, ones that were created. If you look here, there was some that were created by OpenAI. They have their own little GPTs like the Negotiator, Cosmic Dream, whatever. I honestly, Laundry Buddy, Sous Chef, I never even looked at any of these. But you could click on these, and if you like it, you can just add it to your sidebar or keep in sidebar. I'm not going to. I like mine. And so all of these that we've created for you are here. They basically tell you the category that they're in: sales, copy, and formatting tools. We have webinar tools, advertising tools, etc. There's a title and there's a description. And now we're going to start going in. I'm going to show you basically how these are created. I'll create one. And then I'm going to show you what these actually do. We're going to demo all of these for you very soon. I haven't decided if these are going to disappear from ChatGPT, when we move them in here. I may, because the way that ChatGPT works with these different things is once we're in them, they don't have something I can share it with only me, anyone with the link, or public. They don't have it like a Google Doc that says invite somebody by email. And that means that you guys can take this link right here and you can share it on Facebook and everybody can get it. And I'm hoping nobody goes out and shares these things, but that's the problem with this. So I will probably deprecate these because once this link is out there, anybody can have it. But for now, you'll have it here. And when it's not here, you'll later find them opening natively inside of Groove.ai. The functionality will be identical. All right. So let's create a GPT. As you can see here, I created a GPT called Jeopardy, right? And this will play Jeopardy. And I basically you just talk to it and you tell it what you want. So to create a GPT, what you do, there's a couple of different ways. You look for this explore icon. It will always be on your left side. If you scroll all the way down, if you open up all your GPTs, it'll be up above your conversations. Or you can click here on your name and click on My GPTs, and it's going to open up that same thing as if you clicked on Explore. And you're going to see here, it says Create a GPT. So let's see how you create a GPT, and then we're going to demo all of these because these are going to make a lot more sense for you when you actually see them working than just seeing them listed as a bunch of tiles here. So we're going to create a GPT. I'm going to close everything else here, and let's see. Let's create a GPT. I created one yesterday. I should have actually done that live today. But let's create a GPT. I'm just going to, this isn't one that I really would use because I created a better one called Better Blogging Pro. But let's just create a GPT that says, I want to create a GPT that allows the user to upload their blog, and you will critique it and tell it how it can be better. And let's see how it can be better and how it can rank, how it can do better at SEO. You should ask the user what keyword and keyword phrases they want to rank for. Okay. So there we go. If you notice something, how it can be better and how it can be better at SEO. All right. So you might notice something. I didn't write any programming. I didn't do any Python. I didn't do any PHP. What does this say? Can you ask Mike to move his picture? We can't see what he's typing. Sure. Thank you for that, Diane. I appreciate that. Yeah, that makes sense, right? I was blocking that, right? So I want to create a GPT. You notice I didn't do any programming. I simply said, this is what I want to create. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to create a name for this and ask me if I like it. And if I don't, I can suggest a new name or tell it to try again. And then it's going to ask if I want to create an icon for it. It'll make one. And then it'll ask me a few more questions. I usually don't like the questions that it asks. It'll usually say things like, do you want your GPT to be professional or more concise and to the point? I usually just say, once I get the image, I'll take it from here, because all the other questions are just nonsense, right? So that's it. I'm going to hit enter. All right. And so now it's saying updating the GPT. It's going to come up with a name for this, and it's actually writing the system prompt in the background. Now, as developers, we don't have that ability. We have to come in and give it our own instructions right here. You are this. But, we could use ChatGPT or to help us write them. But I'm pretty good at writing these instructions, or I can just steal them from the GPTs that we're using here. All right. So look, it says, let's give this a name, Blog Optimizer. Do you like this? Yes, I like it. And you're noticing over here, this is the sandbox. It's created pre-starters for this. I'll also be able to edit these. It's generating a profile picture. Whatever it comes up with, we're going to go with. Whatever it comes up with, we're going to go with. It's about done. There we go. Here's a profile picture. Now you guys can keep going. It's going to ask you 4 or 5 more questions like, is there any particular niche that these because it was told to ask 5 questions. I'm just going to say, this is great. I will take it from here. I always say that. I will take it from here. It's going to say, okay, your GPT is ready. Make sure to save it, etc., etc., and we're done. Sort of. We're done with the first part. All right. So now what you want to do is you want to go over to configure and see the prompt that it actually came up with. So this was the create. This is the configure. So here, let's see. It didn't name the GPT. It was supposed to. So sometimes it does that. So we're just going to put that in there, Blog Optimizer. And these are the instructions that I came up with. And I'm going to click this little thing here. It opens it up. Your role is to, so it rewrote my prompt for me. Your role is to critique user upload blogs, focusing on improving their quality, et cetera, right? This is a demo, so we don't have to make, this doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm going to click close. Let me just shut down. I don't need that popping up all the time. I'm going to click close, and let's see. Conversation starters. I'm just going to say, help me optimize my blog, right? And I'm just going to get rid of these others here. I like to only have one when I do it. It's just a nice little way to start. Now, if I want to upload file structure, or, like when I created a GPT on doing webinars, I trained from my webinar control course from years back. I took that video from YouTube, a 2-hour video. I got the transcript and I uploaded it so it knew the training. And then I uploaded a PDF of each slide, what they're supposed to be. And then it had the knowledge. It knows exactly how to create a webinar for me now. So this doesn't need web browsing. It doesn't need DALL-E image generation. It doesn't need code interpreter. So we're done. This advanced stuff here, this is like if you want to start having this thing start working with API keys and Zapier, import Zapier URLs, and literally have some examples for pulling code for weather or putting your own code in there. That's way beyond me. That's where I'm going to need my team if I ever, but I've created 30 GPTs and didn't even have the whiff or the hint of needing any of these. So we're just going to just click save. And I'm not going to share this with you guys because we've got better ones that actually do this. But look at that. I've just created a GPT, and so can you. And we click edit GPT. And you'll notice that we can also make it public, and we'll soon be able to sell these in the ChatGPT marketplace. We'll have our own builder just like this inside of Groove.ai, where there'll be a marketplace. But let's face it, this is the future. ChatGPT invented these things; they got their own marketplace, and thank goodness they gave us the ability to create these things here. You'll see we have a GPT here called Storyboard Artist. Let me find it. Right. So I just wanted to test it. And after I created it, I clicked on configure. I copied and pasted this. And I said, all right, let me just go and create one here. And I created one. And you'll see it's the same exact thing. It has a name, instructions, the model, if it's allowed to have the user upload documents, etc. And now I'll be able to put these into Groove.ai. But that's the last we're going to be talking about this until they show up in Groove.ai. As I said, for now, they're located in your in here under apps, and when you click them, they'll just automatically add them to your ChatGPT. So let's look at this blog optimizer. Let's beat up Groove.ai over here, and we're going to go to our blog, and we're going to see Groove.ao. All right, how to use GPT-3 for text generation. Let's load that one up here. I don't know if this is old, but wouldn't that be better to be GPT-4? But maybe this is an old blog post. I don't know. No, December 11th. That should be, Donna, just saying. I know you're half listening today because you're working on other stuff. GPT-3, unless we're telling people maybe there's a cost analysis here, introduction to GPT. GPT-3 is the one that came out back in November, and we're up to ChatGPT-4, so I think it would just be better.
Very likely they're just working from an old set of keywords.
Yeah, gotcha.
Read the article.
Yeah, not that it even matters, right? We do this for SEO, not for, but okay. But so what I'm doing here, folks, I'm copying this this text. I'm going to paste it into a document. I'm going to hit save, and I'm just going to call it blog Groove AI. And now I've got this saved on my hard drive. Now, I could come in here and just paste it like this, but I don't like that. They've allowed us to now upload files. It's cleaner, and it makes it easier for us to go back and not see 7 pages of stuff we text. So I'm just going to start with this little button, help me optimize my blog. It's going to give me some nonsense like, yes, I'm sure to help you. So let's just jump ahead and click on this file here, right? This is the file of my blog. And we're going to simply upload this. And I'm going to hit send message. And now I'm uploading my blog post. And guess what? Blog Optimizer was told that it needs to know what kind of keywords I'm going to ask for. So I'll be surprised if it doesn't ask me. Okay, so it's critiquing first. And this is a good instruction. So thank you for sharing. Here's my analysis and some suggestions. Title and headings. The title is clear. SEO keywords. Ensure using blah, 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 blah. I'm going to save. Oh, they don't have a little stop button here, unfortunately. I wish they did. We have a lot of demoing today to do. So I'm going to just click the refresh button just to make it stop. I don't want to burn through a lot of tokens. When that happens, then it says you've exceeded your credits and it's hard to demo. I can still demo in the sandbox. But one of the things I can do, and I'm just going to show you, I'm not actually going to run it again because I want to save tokens. Let's say I noticed it wasn't asking. What I found is when I go into the configure, I'll usually say something like this. Step 1, you will ask specific keyword phrases they aim to rank for, offering advice to optimize, blah, 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 blah. So I'm just going to go here, and then I put here pause and move to step 2. Okay. Step 2 is execute. just, it's just basically saying what it needs to do. So that's here. I'm just going to put this here. Offer them tailored advice on how to optimize, blah, blah, blah. And you see here, avoid making overly critical or negative remarks. We don't need that. This is just more stuff that it's taking up its memory. Ensure your suggestions are practical. This is good. So now you're going to notice if I click on save here and we try this one more time, it's going to ask me to share the blog. And here it's saying it's also important to know specific keyword phrases. So now it's asking me for the keywords ahead of time. So I'm going to go and delete this one. I don't, we don't need to, I'll keep it in case we need to refer to it later in the in the demo that we have one. So there's a new one, guys, that I'm going to put the link for you. Let me copy this link. There's a new one that we created last night that's not in the App Store. Yeah, maybe it is. Let me see. This would be here. No, it's going to go right here in Tools. So I'm going to paste it in the chat. Here's a new GPT that I created yesterday. And I want to basically show you what this is. This is Writing Style and Analyzer. So we're going to go in and look behind the scenes of how I created this yesterday. I'm going to click the Configure tab. I'll take my picture off because, it's just going to keep getting in the way. Or I could do this. Let me know if you guys prefer this. No, I think you guys want to be able to see the screen, so we'll just make it bigger. Now, you're going to see here that this basically says this GPT is designed to analyze user uploaded text. In part one, you see how I do this? Part one, so this allows me to get the GPT to stop and force it to do these things rather than asking for all of these things in one step, which is very confusing to a user. So it says, say part one, output, the GPT will evaluate various aspects of tone, style, and personality traits of the user's uploaded text. In part two, the GPT identifies the genre of text, meaning is it direct response, is it legalese, educational, fiction, etc. Let me just save that because that was a typo. Then in part three, the output, the GPT provides a concise instructions to be used in prompts with ChatGPT. And I did this actually for Groove.ai. And here's how it's going to do. Tone instructions, style instructions, personality traits, and additional instructions. So how this will work is we're going to say, let's get started. Okay. And I'm going to go to, let's open up just to show you, right? I have this document here called Groove Agency VSL, right? This is all of the VSL text. Now, I already have that. That's what I was doing before getting these things ready. I have that right here, Groove Agency VSL text, see? So I already have these text files. I did this so that we could move a lot quicker today. So great, please upload your text. So we're gonna do that right now. I'm gonna go into Dropbox, and here are my GPT files for today. And this is Groove Agency VSL. So I'm going to upload that. And I'm going to now execute this as soon as it uploads. Now it's reading my VSL. And the whole purpose of this Writing Style and Analyzer is so that you can okay, big pause here. Mike's going to come on screen here while that's working. The purpose of this is many of you have said, hey, I don't want to write in the style of Dan Kennedy. I don't want to write in the style of John Carlton or Gary Vaynerchuk or Alex Catoni, the great female copywriter, Alex Catoni. When I asked ChatGPT about Alex Catoni, it used the word he. So that I want to make sure we give credit to Alex Catoni. And so many of you are saying, hey, is there any way that I could get ChatGPT to write in my style? Yes, you use this Writing Style Analyzer, and then I'm going to show you how you can take this output and put it into ChatGPT and then use it so that you could write in your own style, tone, style, etc. So going back to here, we see the output. It says part one, We're literally analyzing how I write sales letters, guys. It says the tone. Let's see if this is, if I agree with this. The text in the VSL exhibits confidence, persuasive, and direct tone. It aims to engage the reader with a sense of urgency and the potential for transformative results. There's motivational undertone, emphasizing the possibility of overcoming business challenges. That seems very accurate. Style. The style is promotional and instructional, combining elements of direct response and persuasive advertising, etc. The personality traits. The text reflects traits of assertiveness, enthusiasm, expertise, etc. Part 2, I said, give me the genre. This text is a blend of direct response copywriting and promotional content commonly found. Look at this. In video sales letters, it knew that I wrote this to be auditory. It knew that this wasn't a regular text long form sales letter. It knew out of no information, nothing that it knew that this was a video sales letter. It's designed to motivate immediate action from the reader, showcasing a product or services benefits and unique selling points. Now, part 3, this is what we transpose into Groove.ai. The tone, the style, the personality, and additional instructions. So if you want it, let's say that if we go into Groove here, right? And let's assume that I wanted to write, let's just open up a new one over here. And I go into these presets here, and it doesn't have Mike Filsame. Let's say it didn't have this, right? Well, not fair, right? You're all saying not fair. How do I do this? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to come in here and you're going to put custom persona right here. And we're asking for a trait, okay? So what you're going to do here is you're going to go, we don't need this. We're going to go here to where it says personality trait. So you're going to put here, convey assertiveness, enthusiasm, expertise, etc. So I'm going to now take the trait because now I can do a custom trait. I'm going to put that in here. Next, I'm going to come over to here and I'm going to look at additional instructions, highlight unique selling points and benefits, and use motivational language. So I can now put that in here as a rule. Okay. Now we have a rule. And now I'm going to click edit. I'm going to save that again. And now when we look at this, we're going to see that I've given it a custom rule and a persona that is like mine, but we're not done. We have to go into tone and style. And I want the tone and the style. I don't want to tick these boxes. I want to use what it told me. So now I'm going to click custom. And now that I'm in custom, I can look here and I can see tone, use a confident and persuasive tone, emphasizing transformative outcomes and a sense of urgency. So I'll just simply paste that in here. Okay. And I'm going to come back here and style, adopt a promotional, etc., etc. And I'm going to come here. And now we've analyzed my writing style. And if Mike Filsame didn't exist in the dropdown, we could now come over to here and let's just do a short sales letter because we don't want to be watching this go all day long. And let's use this formula here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, write about Groove.cm. Now, if it doesn't know about Groove.cm, well, don't worry. I'm going to show you how you can tell it about your business with what we call resource documents. So don't worry about that. So I'm going to spare you on this, but I can assure you that when we click on this little system prompt here, you're going to see here that additionally you must follow. We have this here. We have the, oh, this is a mistake. This is not supposed to put that hyphens there. All right. And let me just see here. Our content is done. I just want to see where the tone is. Okay. Write in a personality trait. And so it put it there, tailor the content. So it actually got those prompts in. And so now it has my tone, my style, my trait, and additional instructions that will sound more like me. And this, look, it's hard for me to say. I'd have to read this. Would I use words like shackles? Maybe not. But if I was using AI, I might. But this is good. This is writing in my style, and I like that. Okay, so just to let you know, guys, we are going to be adding this GPT called Writing Style Analyzer into the app, but Donna and I have posted it in the chat for you. I will do it just one more time so that you have that, and it'll forever be linked to your ChatGPT Plus account unless it's we move it over to Groove.ai, which we will soon. All right, so let's move on. Let's look at some of the next things that you'll need to do here that are very important to run these apps. We're going to go down to the bottom here. And I know Martin Bodeker and Kevin Stride are watching these videos to understand, oh, that's what that tool is. So if I create training on how to use your own style, well, you have to be able to analyze your writing, and then it can come up with your tone, your style, your trait, and any additional things that'll generate output to be more like your copy. We're probably going to advance that even more coming soon, so that it will. Oh, you know what? I can even do something like this. Let me just go back to those GPTs. I'm just going to give you an example for a second. Let's just say I had created an app, and let's just say this was the app, right? That I wanted things to be rewritten in my style. I could actually upload a document of my writing and then say in the instructions, I have uploaded knowledge in a file called bear with me a second. Come on. In a file called that. Please mimic the writing style and format of this document. I could even say use this ideology, et cetera, et cetera. So you get it. Now I don't want to do this because I don't want to change this GPT that we just did here. So I'm going to refresh, and hopefully it didn't save that knowledge. Let's see. So I have to delete it and hit save. Okay. All right. So yeah, it does some auto saving in the background. So you can actually upload many different varieties of your styles. Just keep in mind, the more tokens you use, the more expensive, more credits it uses towards your account, and it limits how long you could use ChatGPT. I find that if I do more than 10 or 15 of these apps, just executing once, it locks me out for 3 hours. That's the limitation. I understand they're going to be coming out with a new option to bring us from $20 a month to $99 a month. But when you move over to Groove.ai, you're not going to have those limitations. All right. So the first thing that you're going to need to do, let's take a look over here, and let's run the brand site architect. All right. And again, I'm going to run this inside of the sandbox mode, because when you're developing your own app and you're testing it, they tend not to charge you for tokens. And unless I go for like 6 hours, then it even cuts me off even back here. So I'm going to say, create a brand site for me. Now you see what it says here. To get started creating your brand site, I need some information about your business. Please upload a complete brand intake form so that you can find here. So I'm automatically giving you all of this in each of these apps that needs this. It'll tell you that it needs this. And when you click on it, it's going to take you to what we refer to in our company as the 30 questions. And you can see there's been some other people have been using this, which it's a good thing. We released these apps yesterday. So it gives you instructions. The first thing that you need to do is follow the steps here. And it's telling you to go and click make a copy. Once you then have a copy, you can now edit it and write in it. Right now, you only have view permission, so it won't let you write in this document, but it'll let you create a copy and then save it, and then it's yours. You'll choose a name for the document, and now you have your own document. And then you're going to answer all of these questions, okay? And if you'll notice, I have I have so many documents here. So let's just put 30 questions and see what comes up. Groove Agency 30 Questions by Mike Filsaime. All right, so you can see I simply took this same document. Let me just open this up here. Okay, what motivated you to start your business? What's your primary goal? I took about an hour and I answered these questions, and here they are. What motivated you to start your business? I started Groove Agency because I felt. What's the primary goal? I answered all of the questions. That's it. Sometimes I just ripped the sales copy off of my website and pasted it. What are your price points? What do the customers pay? What are their objections? How do you solve the problem? And then when I was done, I basically came over to File, and I clicked Download as a plain text file, just like this. And when I was all said and done, I had that file right here. And you're going to be using this file over and over and over and over again. If you look, 30 questions of Groove Agency. I have this now in a text file that I can upload. Okay. There are some other apps that we have down here. Let me explain them to you. The brand in a box, what this does is this takes your 30 questions and it creates a more concise document. Again, what we want to do sometimes is limit the amount of the size of these documents that we upload, because it allows us to use ChatGPT longer. So this basically summarizes your business. So I'll give you an example of that. Here's my 30 questions. Okay, right there. And now my summary document of that is brand summary. Okay, you see it's a lot shorter. It uses a lot of tokens, and its job is to capture the essence of everything that I wrote in there. I'll use my own determination whether or not I want to give it more details or less details, depending on the app, all right, or depending how scared I am about running out of tokens. When you're using Groove.ai later with our apps, you won't have that problem. But ChatGPT, these things are very costly to run, and they pause you and they say, hey, we're done for the next 3 hours. All right, so let's actually take a look at what this app says it does. Brand Site Architect. It assists in creating brand websites with detailed page layout and design suggestions. So if you want to know how to go build a website for your brand, let's say I wanted to do this for Groove Agency, or a client that we have in Groove Agency, or a friend of mine, or if you have a product and you're like, what should my website look like? Well, no problem. Run Brand Site Architect. Let's do it. Okay, create my brand site for me. Great. Give me your brand intake form. So I'm going to go into here and I'm going to I'm going to upload right here 30 questions about Groove Agency. Boom. And let's see. The first thing that I've instructed this thing to do for you is to tell you every site page that you need. And when it's done, it's going to say, do you want to get started and build each page? So let's go. Eventually, folks, this is going to be the instructions that we're going to give to AI to actually use Code Interpreter to learn how the Groove drag and drop framework works. And we're going to actually build the HTML and the JavaScript for each block, one section at a time for you. And you're not even going to have to do this in the future. You'll just upload this document and it'll build the pages in Groove Pages for you. That is coming next year. We'll also try to export them out for raw HTML and to Figma and maybe even Webflow. Okay. So it said, thank you for providing a brand intake form for Groove Agency. Based on the information, I think you need a home page, an about us page, a service page, pricing, testimonials, blog page, etc. Okay, now it's saying, are you ready to build a home page in detail, including layout, design, and content? Let me know, and we can proceed. I'm going to say, ready. You see what I mean? The difference between this and ChatGPT is this thing is not done. This thing knows it has to go and create all of these pages and each section for each one of these pages. So I'm going to click ready. Fantastic. Let's dive in to design the homepage for Groove Agency. The homepage needs a header. It's a full width banner. The content, a pre-headline that says revolutionize digital marketing. The main headline will be welcome to Groove Agency, where your business growth is our mission. The subheadline, etc. Background, use a high resolution image of a modern office environment with digital screens screens showcasing data. Then it gives me the DALL-E prompt that I could actually use to create that image. Later, it'll ask me if I want to create that image, but let's just cheat and just say this. And let's go back to here. It's telling me the color opacity should be blue with a 30% opacity. The font should be Roboto. The call to action, explore our services. That's a button prominently placed, perhaps in contrasting color like bright orange. So orange, blue, right? Icon description, a digital marketing icon, search term, and it's telling me what do I need to search to find that icon. Now the next section, services. So I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm just going to basically allow you to visualize exactly what just happened. Let me just go into mikefilsame.com. And I'm just going to create a page in here and not save it. So we're going to create a new page. Let's just start with a blank website. And I'm going to move over to the blocks. I'm going to go to the header sections because it said I needed a header. And let's go with this one. Okay. And so what it said that I needed was this image. Okay. So I'm going to download that. I'm going to come into here and I'm going to open this up here, and we're going to go to the background, click on the image, delete that image they had, and I'm going to load up that image that it just gave me. And here it is. So now that's my background image. Okay. Now it told me, if you remember, it said, we don't need that image anymore. It said that the background should be dark blue at 30% opacity. Okay, so let's see. Let's make this background dark blue. Okay, and 30% opacity. Well, that's 70%. There we go. All right, and now it's telling me, let's get rid of that. We don't need that page. It's telling me that the headline would be the pre-headline, Revolutionize Digital Marketing. So I'll just put that in here. And then it says that the headline should say this. Probably make that smaller, but I'm not here to show you how Groove Pages works. I just want to give you an idea to show you how this would then come to life. And this is exactly what we do over at Groove Agency, right? And it's saying that the button, it recommended for the button, and I'm not going to change the font right now, explore our services, and it says perhaps a bright orange button. Guess what? I got a bright orange button. So lucky me. I didn't, saves us some time here. And there we go. Now I don't need this play video stuff here, so I could, delete this. If I wanted to look exactly what it said, I could leave my logo there. And there we go. That's the first block. Welcome to Groove Agency, where your business growth is our mission. Now, again, these are suggestions on what it does. Now it says the next one that I need is a 3 layout column. And I would just go and follow the directions here. It's giving me the directions that I need for my homepage. When I'm done, it says, are you ready to now move on to the next page? And so I would basically just create the instructions and give this to our web designer. And in about one day, we come back with pages for our clients. And our clients are like, how did you write all of this stuff? How did you know? Like the 30 questions, we could write everything for them. So that there, ladies and jelly beans, is the brand site architect. Let's do it now for the funnel wizard. We don't just create brand websites. We actually create funnels. I'm going to close this. We're not going to actually build this next one, but I'm going to show you how this one works. We're going to start with the funnel wizard. And again, you guys are going to do it right from here. You don't have the ability to click Edit GPT. Only I do, because I'm the creator. And as I said, when I do it over here in the sandbox where we could see how I created it, it doesn't count towards my token. So I can demo this all day long for you without ChatGPT saying, hey, you're using too much of our services for $20 a month. You're punished for 3 hours. Drives me crazy when that happens. So help me build my marketing funnels. Okay. Fantastic. I'm here to assist you in building a highly effective marketing funnel for your brand. Let's begin with the first step. Would you prefer just a list of funnels or a list of funnels with the description for each funnels? Now, you guys, if you're not really familiar with what a different funnel should do, you'll choose two. But I'm going to choose one because I want to save, my tech tokens, and I want this demo to go a little bit faster. So it's just going to say Tripwire funnel, New York Times bestselling author funnel. But if you do two, it'll say this funnel is very good for blah, 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 blah. So let's see the types of funnels that we want to create. Lead generation funnel, a consulting funnel, coaching funnel, product launch, ebook. Let's take a look here. You guys aren't blowing up the chat. This is really good. You're enjoying the stuff. You're just paying attention. Fantastic. Fantastic. An ebook funnel, a freemium funnel, a free trial with a continuity, an evergreen, blah, 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 live stream, webinar, blah, blah, blah. We're done. Let's choose one. I'm going to choose a lead generation funnel for a discovery call. All right. One. Oops, they weren't numbered. Let's see if it knows. Okay, yeah. So let me click the stop button. And I'm just going to say this. And I left out the ALL, but it'll know. Great choice. The lead generation funnel on a discovery call is a powerful way to engage potential clients. It's designed effectively. I need a few more details. Funnel flow. Can you describe how you see your funnel working? For example, what's the journey of the customer? And here you're just going to describe, I'm giving away a book or whatever the case is. To squeeze page, do you want to start with the squeeze page? So we're going to say here, I want to give away a free report, right? This is something that you would work with, like when working with anybody. They would ask you these questions. And then I want an upsell for $37 and a downsell for $10, and then a thank you page. Yes, I want to start with a squeeze page. So where we get their name. All right, so now, and folks, I'm not going to demo all of these. I want to basically show you the purpose of these so that you can actually use them in your business. Great, you've outlined clear instructions. Step 3, since you're planning to give away a free report, can you tell me more about it? What's the topic? It's on how to make better headlines. Now, obviously, I want to give it more information, and it would write better copy for me. Step 4, concerning your video or webinar content, can you describe what it will be about? I'm just going to put here no video. Well, it's better if I describe, right? It's about copywriting. I'm just doing this fast here so we could get to the nuts and bolts. And basically, folks, what it's going to do is just like we did for the brand website, it's going to write, it's going to tell you every page that you need for the funnel. And then it's going to write all of the copy for those pages. So here's the squeeze page. These are the pages that you need: a squeeze page, an upsell page, a downsell page, and a thank you page. And then it's going to say, do you want to start with the squeeze page? You'll say yes, and it'll start writing all of the copy for you. Oh, even saying we didn't exit pop. See, I might have even forgotten that. Before we move on, let's confirm. Are you ready to build the first page of the funnel? Yes. And I did this by telling it in here in the configure, all of these different steps, that these are the things that when done, move on to here. When done, pause. That should be pause. I'll fix some of these typos in here. But you can see, essentially, it's now telling me for the squeeze page, it's giving us the headline, what font we should use, the color. It's designing everything for us. Content. In this free report, you'll learn bulleted list, right? It doesn't have enough information because this is a demo. I didn't give it enough information. So it's basically writing the copy for your for every page for you. What's beautiful about this is it just asks you questions and it gives you all the answers. If you notice, there's no prompt engineering needed in any of these. All right. So I think this basically does everything we need. I'm gonna stop this and we're gonna move on to the next one here. All right. Long form copy generator. This GPT It's a GPT that creates a sales letter outline and then writes a detailed sales copy. This has been nearly impossible up until I've created this GPT. So again, I'm going to go into here so we don't lose our tokens. Create a long form sales letter or a VSL. And these are different, but I'm going to say a long form sales letter. And it knows nothing about my business. So how do I tell it about my business? Well, it's going to tell me use the brand intake form. Well, guess what? You've done it once. You never need to do it again. So I'm going to upload my 30 questions about Groove Agency and voila. First, what it's going to do is it's going to create an outline for this sales letter. And I got to put a little note to remind me to go and fix all those typos. Fix typos in funnels. GPT. All right. So it's basically saying here is how this is. It's giving me the introduction, the headline, pre-headline and sub-headline, opening scene, narrate a common problem. And so it's going to just go and do this entire outline. And so what I'm going to do while we're watching this paint dry sometimes, I'm going to go and show you another GPT while that's going on in the background. Offer Craftsman Pro. This crafts personalized offers for sales letters and VSLs based on the user's business information. So let me explain to you what this is. If you've ever heard this will write where you close the structure in your webinar, your VSL, your sales letter. So there is a structure that I refer to as the Ron Popeil structure. And if you take a look, you'll see that I actually went to Ron Popeil's video and transcribed exactly what he says. And then I also had ChatGPT make an outline of what he says. And I uploaded that as knowledge. So it now knows that when you give it information about your business, it's actually going to write something that says, now let's do what we know Ron Popeil did. You've probably seen expensive rotisseries selling in luxury magazines, selling for $599, $899, up to $1,000. But you're not going to pay that today. You're not going to pay $299, not $199, not $149, not even $100. In fact, today, for the Showtime rotisserie, you're going to pay just 3 easy payments of $29.95. But wait, there's more. You're also going to get bonus. And if you're one of the first 10 people to call and you promise to, reason why, right? Promise to share this with people, we'll knock off the last payment, making it just 2 payments of $29.95. And if you order today, we'll give you a second one absolutely free if you just pay the additional shipping and handling. Look at what some of our customers had to say. That is a structure. Now, it's saying we need your brand in a box or your resource document. So I'm going to go right here and I'm just going to give it the 30 questions about Groove Agency, right? Actually, I'm going to give it this one right here. Yeah, I'm going to give it this one. I'm going to give it information on my product. Whoops. I can upload many documents if needed. And watch what happens right here. Like if you ever wanted to know, how do you write this? This is going to be your first draft of it. You're going to see, hey, did it get everything right? And it says, good day, everyone, because that's what, Ron Popeil says. But this is your draft. So let's read how it wrote the offer that I would use when I get to my video sales letter, my webinar, or in text for for Groove Agency. Good day, everyone. Are you tired of, I'm going to do it in Ron Popeil's voice, if I can. Good day, everyone. Are you tired of the hassles of and expense of trying to scale your business on your own? Well, Groove Agency is here to change that. Unlike marketing services that can cost an arm and a leg, our comprehensive package is designed to be both affordable and effective. You might be accustomed to seeing prices for outsourced marketing and website management skyrocketing with a cost ranging from $40,000 to an overwhelming $180,000 per year. But with Groove Agency, you're getting an all-encompassing solution for your business growth at just a fraction of that cost. But wait, there's more. We're not just offering Groove Agency at these reduced rates. For a limited time, you can access our entire suite of services for an incredible discount. Yes, you've heard that right. We're making this even easier for you by offering a special payment plan. Instead of the regular $60,000 annual price tag, you could start with Groove Agency today for just $29.95 a month, or even better, choose from our annual plan for a one-time payment of only $25,000. That's a significant savings from our regular rates. Plus, if you order now, right, this is a draft, you can desensitize it if it's a little, but wait, there's more, but it's giving you the structure. But if you order now, we'll include these fantastic bonuses: exclusive access to our collective mastermind, the full suite of Groove.cm apps, monthly masterclasses with the expert Mike Filsame, and much more, all for free. Your Groove Agency package also comes with exceptional done-for-you copywriting services, comprehensive e-commerce and membership site setup, and top-tier support to ensure your business thrives. And we're so confident, right? You've heard this. It literally sounds like Ron Popeil. And we're so confident you'll love Groove Agency that we're offering a 48-hour risk-free trial. If you're not completely satisfied, we'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. Testimonials will go here. I didn't give them any, so it's telling me it didn't have it. So don't wait. Call us now or send us a mail order. Remember, you're getting the full Groove Agency package, all of the bonuses, and the invaluable mastermind access, all valued, etc., etc. Now, it basically followed that. This is a great draft for me to put in and then tailor it. But if you've ever wondered what is the structure for writing an offer for your webinar, your VSL, or your sales letter, well, it's now done for you. So that is Offer Craftsman Pro. Let's go back to long form copy generator and look at the outline that was created for that. So it created an entire outline that we're going to use for this sales letter. Okay. And each one of these bullet points is going to be about a page. Okay, and that means we're probably going to write about 18 pages for a sales letter. So what is it asking? Please let me know if you're ready. If you're ready to start creating the copy for each section of the outline. I am ready. It's going to start writing the sales letter. Now, what's good about this, even compared to Groove.ai, is that when we ask it to write each section, it has context of what it previously wrote and what's coming up next in the outline. So here's my copy for Groove Agency. And I would put the offer that we just wrote at the end. Imagine this. You're a passionate digital marketer. You've spent countless hours juggling various platforms and technologies. You're overwhelmed by the complexity and soaring costs of digital tools. Despite your efforts, your marketing campaigns are not yielding the results you've envisioned. You feel stuck, frustrated, and unsure about the future of your marketing. Now, this is long form sales letter, not VSL, so it's less conversational, right? So now it's doing the problem, agitate, solve. In the ever-evolving world of digital marketing, the challenge is not just finding agitation. Imagine the opportunities slipping through your fingers as you grapple with these complexities. Statistics, examples, and it basically just wrote a page of copy, and that's just this section right here, opening scenario. Oh, it also wrote this. So let's see if it's continuing. Solution. Okay. It was told to pause here to not overload. And now I just say continue. Guys, it's writing my sales letter for me. Amanda, thank you. She says, Mike, these GPTs are absolute game changers. Thank you. We're supposed to be bringing Amanda on sometime around 3 o'clock, I believe. So Amanda, I will be getting you the link. Let me just get you the invite link now. We'll knock that out of the way. Open up Skype. Come on, Skype. Where are you? We're going to send to Amanda. And Amanda, around 3 o'clock, or when you see me start start wrapping up with the apps, you could pop in. Okay, going back to the StreamYard here. Okay, so that's how you write a long form sales letter. Let's move on. Copy polisher. This crafts and critiques sales copy with direct response marketing principles. Let's jump in. Let's go and take a look. Now, it can only do about 5 pages at a time, but so let's see what it basically says here. Great. Please upload the document containing your sales copy. I'll get on it. Now, I just want you to know, we have over here something called text document splitter. What this will do, let's run this one real quick. I'm going to take my actual, split these into sets of 3 pages, 5 pages, whatever. Let's get started. I want this long form sales letter that I wrote, that's about 30 pages, and I want it broken down for me. You've chosen to split the document up into 3 pages. All right, so let's load my Groove Agency VSL. Look, this is a very, very, very long sales letter. Let me see. I might even have another one here. This is long form sales letter for Groove. Look how long this is, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to load up this one. And this actually uses code interpreter here. So that means it can write code. The instructions are to separate this document into sets of pages that are no more than 3 pages, put it into a text file, take all of them and put it into a zip file that I could download. Watch this. You're actually going to see it start writing Python code. There. Now, it says analyzing here, but here's a little tip. If I do the drop down, you'll see the code writing in the background. It's creating a file path on my computer called long form sales letter text. It's now creating the function that's looking for 50 lines per page. It's now creating a loop to go and do this until done. Here are the results. It's created 6 pages, 6 files for me, 3 pages each. And now I told it to compile these into a zip file. Look at that. Download your split documents. So I'm going to click download and look at this. I've split my document. And just like that, there's the zip file. And I just unpacked it. And here they are. And now here's my sales letter broken up into sections, right? In case I don't want to overload the system. So let's just upload that file now. Okay. Here's a copy polisher. So let's take a look at my first set of copy. Now I could do the whole thing. I just wanted to demonstrate this for you, that you could split things up here a little bit. All right, here we go. And it's going to critique my copy. Your sales copy starts strong with compelling headlines, focusing on overcoming challenges and reducing stress. It targets a specific audience, authors, speakers, coaches, and establishes, etc. Length and focus, the copy, blah, blah, blah. And now it's rewriting it and also formatting it. So it's polishing the copy and writing it better. Okay, I'm going to stop that. I think you get it. I think you get the picture. Let's move on now to Headline Hero Pro. I'm not going to demonstrate this one. This is very simple. You simply upload your copy and it gives you, let's just take a peek at it. Let's just upload sales copy and see what headlines it comes up with. So I'm going to say, let's upload my sales copy for, this is, let's do it like this. I can't see the entire names. So let's do it like this and I'll be able to see the names better. All right. I'm looking for, you see one that's a special? Okay. This one right here. Okay. And it's going to come up with 10 headlines, pre-headlines, and sub-headlines for me to choose from. So this allows you to write your copy and not worry about the headlines. And then Headline Hero Pro goes over and above anything where, even with Groove, where we say, come up with a headline. This is told to analyze it, use specific marketing principles. I then tell it to use different frameworks. You're going to see here that I want one outline with this framework, this framework, this framework, this framework, this framework. I gave it 10 different frameworks that you can choose from. Do I want raw, clean text or formatting? For this demo, I'm going to say raw, clean text. Formatting would have given me bold and italics and all that stuff. All right. So here are 10 sets of marketing elements for Groove Agency. Alert, limited time offer for digital agencies. Pre-headline, unlock the future of digital marketing. Headline, transform your agency's destiny with Groove Agency special offer. Subheadline, exclusive tools and features at an unbeatable price. Snippet, revolutionize, etc. Now it's going to go through and all 10 iterations of those that I told it based on those formulas. It's doing the, before and after. The achieve these results in this many days, etc. So there we go. I think you get the point. It creates headlines. All right, ladies and gentlemen, watch this. Sales copy cloner. All right. What this does is this takes somebody else's copy and writes it about your business line by line. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type in John Carlton, okay, and look at this sales letter. Okay. Howdy. For years now, people have been hounding me about a rumored collection of all of my famous blah, blah, blah. And so each line is talking about John Carlton's stuff. So what I've done to move, to make this demo go quicker today is I've already taken that copy from John Carlton, and you can see it's here. Howdy, for years, etc., etc. So here's John Carlton's copy. So let's say guide me. I want to clone this copy, but I want to write it line by line about my business. So step one, upload the sample copy. Okay. John Carlton's sales copy text. Okay. You can upload the file by clicking the upload button. Okay. You got my copy. Now tell me about your business. If you haven't answered the 30 questions, here's the 30 questions document. Brand in a box. Tell me about your business. I already have the 30 questions, right? They're right here. We're going to upload the 30 questions. And once you've completed this step, its now job is to write the copy. Now, before I had to make it write John Carlton's copy first, to get it into memory. I told it to do it in the background, but let's see if it's working. All right. So John's copy, let's go back. John Carlton for this said, now at last you can have the entire collection. Mine says, now at last you can harness the power of digital marketing. Oh, it understands the context has changed. John was talking about how to have the master collection of John Carlton's best ads. Well, Groove Agency isn't selling ads. So how to access the comprehensive services of Groove Agency, complete with our experts from to howdy, hello. For years now, people have been hounding me about a rumored collection of all of my infamous, notorious, and sometimes legendary ads. For years now, we've seen marketers struggle. It literally wrote somebody else's copy for my product. This one is a game changer. If you see something written by Frank Kern, an email, and it's the best thing you've ever seen, or you see an affiliate swipe and you're like, guys, why can't we write affiliate swipe like this? Look at what Mark Ling does for our affiliates. Our affiliate swipe is so banal and so bland. Well, take Mark Ling's copy, upload it, upload your 30 questions, and you've got affiliate swipe for your products, ladies and gentlemen. We get here, it just gets better and better. Crazy stuff, this sales copy cloner. Yes, and you guys get all access to this. I'm happy for you guys. Let's move on to this one right here. Better bullets. I'm going to skip a couple. I'm going to come back to them. I'm going to skip the email ones here for a second. Better bullets. What is the toughest thing in marketing? Everybody will tell you, oh my goodness, unless you're Gary Benzavenga from, from Benzavenga Bullets, who taught people how to write bullets. Bullets is the hardest thing to write. Transform my copy into marketing bullets. All right. Now, you're going to upload information about your business. We don't want to do this. Sorry. I don't want to waste tokens. We're going to do it in the sandbox. Transform my copy into killer marketing bullets. Please upload your sales copy either by pasting it. All right. So I'm going to basically upload, my 30 questions about Groove. And it's going to ask me, I was supposed to say, do I want neat and concise one-liners, powerful bullets, incorporate the feature advantage benefit framework, or rich copy, incorporate the feature advantage benefit and benefit of the benefit, which is known as the promised land. And look at this. All I did was upload the 30 questions about my business and look at these bullets that it is writing for us. Now, it's putting in here feature, advantage, benefit. That's breaking the rules. It always does that. You're going to notice here that I gave it, why is it like, oh, okay, it wants to rewrite that. Somewhere in here, I tell it not to say. Somewhere in the rules, it says do not refer to feature, advantage, benefit. But whatever the case is, it's breaking that rule. But all you'd have to do is rewrite the copy without the word benefit of the benefit. It's breaking it down for you to see. So since I didn't give it, it's giving me the third. And here are some: outsource complexity, embrace simplicity. With Groove Agency, ditch the overwhelming, right? Tech troubles, be gone. Rapid results, realize dreams. Benefit, feature, let's go. Feature, expert team. Advantage, efficient and effective marketing strategies. Benefit, skyrocketing sales. But what's the benefit of benefit? What's the promised land? What does that really mean? Well, watch your business vision materialize faster than ever, leading to a thriving, successful empire. And it was told to write 10, and there it wrote me 10 bullets. Now do them. And if you want more of that neat, concise emails that you're going to use in in an email, these are what we'd call tighter bullets, right? They may not go feature, advantage, benefit, but this is what you could use in your emails. Now you've got the way to write bullets. You should do this every time you write an email. You should paste your email and information about what your webinar is, your replay or whatever. Give it some information. You'll get some good bullets here. All right. Mo, 100%. Gilmar, amazing. So exciting. Can you please get rid of the comments in the screen from Pierre? Oh, sorry. I do that a lot. Yeah, I apologize. I'm beyond excited, and you guys can't see what I'm doing when I do that. I apologize. All right. So that is better bullets. Let's look at killer email copy. All right. What is the job of killer email copy? I refine email copy using direct response marketing principles for effectiveness. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into my email here, and I'm just going to put John Benson, and I know he spoke about a guy named Mark, and I want to show you. Let's put John Benson, and has the words Mark. You're going to see I've done this one before. I can use this. Let's just see. Maybe his friend's name wasn't Mark. Let's just get rid of this. And I want to see some emails that he sent, and I'm going to go through some of John's emails. And I'm just looking for something here, guys, for specifically. All right. Maybe I think the problem is This is actually John Benson. I might be using his actual email. All right, so we're going to do it different. We're just going to go into my inbox, and we're going to look for some promotion from somebody here today. Okay, so I want you guys to be completely honest here with us, right? We're not here to beat up on Chris Jones. I don't know who he is, but here's his email, okay? And you're going to notice the difference between the output email that we get and his email. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to go back. This is killer email copy. This is going to rewrite his email. We're not going to do that. First, we're going to use something called snazzy looking copy. So we're going to do this one first. What snazzy looking copy does is it formats copy to sell better, but it doesn't rewrite it. Maybe you're happy with your email. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this email from Chris. I'm going to call this Chris 1. And then I'm going to do another one called Chris 2. And then this one, I'm going to put as subject line. And let's see, did he even use a preview snippet? He did. Okay. I can't copy the preview snippet, so we're just going to just put that here. Subject line, body. All right. So this is supposed to be Chris 2. All right. So I've got these two here. So what we're doing first, the first one is called snazzy looking copy. Let's jazzy up my email copy. So we're just going to take the same email from Chris. We're not going to rewrite it. We're just going to make it look better. And then I'm going to have you guys vote. So let's upload Chris's copy. Here it is. Email 1, right? This one didn't have the subject line. I just want to snazzy up the copy. And let's execute. And while that's going, I'm going to go into my Gmail. And I'm going to write an email to myself. And let's get that subject line that he used so I could send it to myself. Okay. All right. And I'm going to now send myself this snazzy copy here. All right. It gave me a subject line and a preview snippet. I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste this into our document header editor here in Groove. Groove will preserve this copy, as you see here. If you put it into Gmail like this, it doesn't preserve it. That's one of the beautiful things about Groove, is even Google Docs or Microsoft Word does not get rid of that formatting, and it ruins the whole thing. With our document editor, we get everything taken care of automatically for us. Let's move that there. Now I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to send that to myself here. It made that font a little bit bigger than normal, and it didn't fully copy the rest over. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to let me make this text a little bit smaller. Let's just go with the normal. All right. And I'm going to send that to myself. And I'm going to now take this and put it here like this. And we're going to take this, and this is his, and put it here. And let's look at my email. Now, this doesn't work quite the way that I want, unfortunately. Okay, so I want your honest opinion, folks. If you get this email, do you feel like reading it? Right? It's hard on the eyes to read this. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Whoops, wrong one. Supposed to choose that. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're zoomed in as much as possible. All right, so as you can see here, this is what it looks like when you don't snazzy up your emails. Now, contrast that to this. And imagine your emails now start looking like this. It just makes you want to read this email better. James, you said it. I'll highlight it. Holy shit, Mike. Right? This, folks, this is going to not only increase your open rates, but your people are going to read your emails and click through them. This is now an SOP in my company that every email needs to get formatted by Snazzy Email, or it can just look like this. Ugh. No offense, Chris Jones. I don't know you. Maybe you're a Groove customer. You can do a lot better if you use our product, because your emails are going to now start looking like this. But we're not done. Let's now remember, we did this tool here, snazzy looking copy. Let's now use killer email copy. The job of killer email copy is to rewrite the email 10 times better and format it. So we're going to take Chris's copy and we're going to make it 10 times better. We're going to use this to not only format it, but to critique it and find out how it can write better copy. So we're going to take this here that had the subject line, and we're going to now tell it, hey, don't just rewrite this. Critique this copy. Tell me what's missing, how it could have been done better, and then rewrite it. So yeah, Mo, not only email copy on steroids, but now we're going to actually critique it. So the problem with this guy, Chris, that I don't know, that his email, his subject line was intriguing, but could be more compelling. The opening, good start, but it needs a stronger hook. The content flow, the information is there, but it needs to be structured more persuasively. So let's revise it. And now what we're going to do, we're going to take this, and I'm going to send myself another email with this subject line. I'm not going to use the preview snippet because that's something that you would use like in your broadcast software. All right. I'm going to take this. I am going to put this in here. All right. Copy. And let's send that to me. All right. Let's, for some reason, it's making them, you know, it's increasing the font. I'm just going to go more like that. It will compare better side by side. So now I should get a new email from me. And we're going to notice that my subject line says, transform your ideas into best-selling children's books effortlessly. Now, Chris Jones, his was turn stories into gold with AI children's bookmaker. Who knows? That's subjective. We'd have to split test to see which is better. So let's open mine. All right. And now let's compare that with his again. So his email comes in your inbox looking like this. Okay. And now they're going to come in your inbox looking like this. Hey, did you know you're sitting on potential gold mine? His is, do you know that children's books market is an untapped gold mine? Our copy, it's just tighter, better copy meant to get a click. It may be less words, but what it did when it transformed it is it realized this may be too wordy. So it's now created copy that's meant to get the message across. It's easy to read. It has line spacing. It uses ellipses, these long dashes, bullet points, etc. Gives a nice PS. It's better email copy. So, ladies and gentlemen, you now have two tools at your fingertips that are called snazzy looking copy. If you love your copy, you just want it to look more beautiful, use this. Use killer email copy if you're not happy with the copy, or let's say you've given an email to send to your list from, you're an affiliate for someone. Run the affiliate copy into this. It's going to format it and write it better. Subject line Hero Pro. You upload your email and it comes up with sublines. Okay. Next set of tools are your webinar tools. Webinar Outline Wizard. Let's look at this. I have trained this GPT on 2 hours of my training, and I've uploaded a document, a slide-by-slide document. So when you tell it to help me create a killer webinar outline, it'll say, great. What is it going to ask for, ladies and gentlemen? The 30 questions about your business. Or you might have to redo the 30 questions to talk about the webinar that you're doing, right? Because maybe it's not, you're doing a very specific webinar. Great. Just do the 30 questions about the webinar. And when you're done, Groove Agency. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my sales letter because I've already written a sales letter. That'll probably transfer better than my 30 questions. But watch this. I'm going to do my 30 questions, and I'm also going to do my Groove Agency long form sales letter, and I'm also going to do my Groove Agency VSL, right? Because I have, look, I'm showing you the point that if you have more information, give it to it, and watch what's going to happen now. Now I'm going to show you here. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to hide the screen for a minute, and I'm going to go to webinar control. I was looking to see if the, okay, let's do this. I'm going to go into Groove Member. I'm going to go into my course for webinar control. And I'm going to find that post. And let's go to the outline. How to structure your webinar, step-by-step slides training, webinar control. Okay, what's this one here? Okay, yeah. So we're going to go into here, and I'm going to download. Oh, I did this wrong. My bad, guys. I actually have to go into memberships and go to webinar control. Beep, beep, beep. And I have to now log in as a user. I'm in the wrong one. Just bear with me a second, folks. I'm being an idiot. Okay, webinar control, log in as admin. All right, and now I'm actually looking at it live, and we're going to go into webinar control. And now you don't even have to take the course because this will do it for you. This is the beautiful thing about AI. It was telling you what it was supposed to do. So we're going to download the webinar control sales slides key. Apparently, I didn't have that on my computer. Let's open that. And my training said, this is what's supposed to happen. You need a title slide, house cleaning, big, bold promise. Talk about some bonuses that you're going to give away the bonuses, then do your who I am and why you should listen to me slide. I learned the hard way, but now you can cheat. Proof of concept slides, why most people are failing. It's not your fault. Future pace, engage, secrets, teach each secret, etc., etc., etc. And it's giving you your outline. And so now what you're going to see here when we're done, that it basically followed that because it had the slides and it had the training that I trained. And here it is. Title slide. Welcome to Groove Agency. House cleaning. Big, bold promise. Promise of empowering digital marketers and effective and affordable tools. See, now what you can do, just like the long form sales letter, is you go and you'll say, write the verbiage for this, or write the titles for me. But it's basically creating the bullet points and your outline, your story, discuss, and all of this information. You have your outlines for your webinar. You can now go in and say, look, I've given you tools that write the offer and all those different things, but this is the outline for your webinar. And now you can say, write this section for me. This one right here, webinar replay bullet maker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you basically a conversation that I had with Jason Calori and Donathan Gamble and Tom Beal. So let me look that up. Donathan.
While you're doing that, Mike, it's a good time for me to jump in to let you and everyone else know that we're going to have to reschedule Amanda Vandergulik for today. She unfortunately has come down with COVID.
No
She's
problem.
doing okay, but she sounds a little rough, so she would like to reschedule.
Okie dokie. And I see some messages here from her. I'm sorry I tested positive.
We send her all well wishes.
We love you, Amanda. Thank you. We'll reschedule for, we'll try to get it in, before the new year if you're feeling better. If not, it'll be the first thing before we jump on the cruise. Thank you, Donna. All right. So here, Amanda, hugs. Okay. So what we're looking at here, I'm just going to move my camera to this position because it has me looking at the screen a little bit better. What we're looking at right here is a conversation for a webinar we did for Groove Digital Presents with Donathan Gamble and Jason Calori. And here you will see, okay, this was, having me read the script. Guess who read the script? My AI avatar, right? I don't even read anymore, and it sounds just like me. So thank you, Mike and Tom. We appreciate. We also have to find blah, 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 blah. He said replay. I said, where's the replay? Look at me. Replay is where it's at, right? Sounded like caveman. Here's the replay page. And he gives it to me. And I said, great. If you can do me a favor, get this video on YouTube, and then I can get the transcripts. And so they said, yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem. Here's the YouTube. Here's the video. Guess what? Here it is on YouTube. So this was the webinar. And now what I use, you have to use this. You don't want to use YouTube transcript. You want to use this plugin called GLASP, G-L-A-S-P. Oh, and guess what? This even tells you that I want webinar bullets every 3 minutes. Look what it's going to tell you. To obtain timestamps, download GLASP. And it even gives you the URL for this. So I'm going to click here. It sends me to GLASP. I enter that. And the next thing you know, it shows up right here. I now click this down arrow. And I have timestamps of the entire webinar. I copy this transcript. I'm done here. I make a new text file. And let's just get rid of this. We don't need it. I make a new text file. I paste it. And I call it webinar replay, Jason Calori, Donathan Gamble, right? Whatever. And I click save. And now I said to the guys, hey, I'm on it. I'm waiting for the transcript. And when it was done, I ran it through this wizard and I got copy just like this. And I gave it to them. I gave them the Google Doc because they're controlling the page. They turned around and said to me, Mike, it's live on the page. And now we go to this page. And this is what their page looked like before. Headline, replay video, and and then the rest of this stuff. And so now all of this copy goes here and it tells people what they're going to learn on the webinar. This doubles conversions on webinars. This is no hyperbole. This doubles conversions on webinar replay pages when you add what we call the table of contents video timestamps. And so take a look at this. I'm going to pull up Jason Calori. Come on, Jason. Come on, Mike. Jason Calori. And look what he said to me yesterday. I apologize about your email, Jason. I apologize. Please respect his privacy. He said, your replay bullets maker GPT is super useful. I've used it a few times now. So glad you like it. Here's, the other GPTs that I gave to you guys, right? So let's actually take a look at this in action. So I should have done this here. Okay. Because again, I don't want to waste all my tokens. Then the demo stops. ChatGPT says, sorry, you've used too many, come back in 3 hours. So in the meantime, I'm going to upload that, right? We got it right here. This is the webinar replay. You'll notice that GPT When it starts, it asks you, do you want it every 1 minute, every 3 minutes, every 5 minutes, or every 10 minutes? So I just clicked on every 3 minutes. So that means when I hit enter, it's going to read this copy. This used to take us 2 days and we'd get horrible results. We didn't want our best copywriters doing it because we didn't want them spending 8 hours doing this. So we outsourced it to some low-level people in support, and they'd come back in 2 days later and they would say things like, Mike talks about AI. 15 minutes. Mike tells you how to get Groove. Right? It was, and it still increased conversions. It still increased conversions. All right. So now it's going through a 2-hour webinar. Am I lying? I don't know. Let's go see and look at the history here. This webinar is 1 hour and 58 minutes and 59 seconds. I think you'll forgive me. It's going through a 2-hour webinar. And look at this, guys. I used to have to do trainings on prompt engineering. When first do this, then do this. After it says this, say this, repaste this text. You've got webinar replay bullets. This is not just for webinars. You can use this for a video sales letter in today's presentation, right? You can even use a webinar replay that you've done last week, if you're going to do it live again this week, and say, here's what you're going to learn on the webinar after they register. You could say, approximately at this time, we're going to be going over all this information. And you're going to notice this is all teaser text. This is all teaser. The instructions that I give it here is to make, when we get back here, let's just see. I tell it this, engage the user to make him, it should be him or her, but it wrote this for me, want to watch every minute of the video. The bullet must be concise yet powerful. And there we go. Look at that. So I'm going to stop that. We're going to save our tokens here. Let's move on. And let's see if we're going to go through all of these. I don't think we will, but we have Facebook Ads Pro. Create Facebook ads. How do you think you do it? You upload the 30 questions about your business and it writes your Facebook ads, but it actually creates the images and tells you what your Dolly prompt should be, what the text should be. YouTube Ads Creator Pro. I create a YouTube script for your business. Let's take a look. How does it work? Edit GPT, right? I'm going to say, create a 1-minute video for my business. I'm going to, now look, remember guys, I told you, I've already used ChatGPT to write sales letters, so I could upload my sales letters, give it all the information, but I'm going to go with just the basics. My 30 questions. Here's 30 questions about Groove Agency, and I'm going to put this in here. Remember, it's always saying, hey, you got to get your 30 questions document, and once that's done, you can run that through Brand in a Box, make it a little more concise. If you're wondering why I had to call it YouTube and Facebook, is because they don't allow you to use copyrighted terms. So it's reading my document. YouTube Ads Pro is now writing a commercial that we could use as a draft for YouTube. Open with an animation of various digital marketing tools being replaced by single streamlined platform. And that's exactly because I told it, I wanted it to seem like the user jumped in at the best part of the video. And this is what works for YouTube ads. Don't ask me why it starts like that. It actually helps people stick around and watch your video. And that's exactly how Groove Agency transformed digital marketing landscape. Let me show you how. As a digital marketer, do you feel overwhelmed by juggling countless platforms, draining your budget and energy? Introducing Groove Agency. It's your all-in-one digital marketing powerhouse with etc. And it basically wrote our YouTube ad, right? There you go. You can now start running your YouTube ads just like that. Pay-per-click ads wizard. I created a YouTube ads. Now, what you're going to notice with this one is it's going to tell you that it needs keywords in order to run for this, but you don't have keywords, do you? Come on. It's like GPT is punishing me for using it too much. Well, I know you don't have the keywords because I created SEO keyword wizard. So let's run that one as well. So you're going to see here, it's saying, please fill out your knowledge document, your 30 questions, and use the keyword tool. So let's see what happens here. Upload your document and I'll do the rest. And I'm going to spare you guys. I've done that. You kind of get what's going to happen. It's going to ask about my business. And when all is said and done, I will then have this SEO keywords for Groove Agency. It creates all of the keywords that we want to optimize for on our blog and the keyword long tail keywords, keyword phrases that we need to be building articles and pay-per-click solutions. So now that I have that, I simply go to here and I say PPC Ads Wizard. It wants information about my business. So there's the 30 questions. And it's also asking for keywords about my business. Here are the keywords. And now that it has keywords, it's going to write my pay-per-click ads for me. Thank you. I'll open this file first. So while it's doing that, right, let's look at what else we have here. I just showed you SEO keyword. Better blog post, one of my favorite ones. Better blog post will take your blog, and I'm going to critique my own company here because we didn't have better blog posts at the time. And now we can run our blogs through better blog posts. So I'm going to take this blog and we're going to run it through better blog post. And it's going to say, great, give me the information about your blog. So I'm going to basically, I can paste it, but I like to do this. GPT-3. And now I'm going to just upload that blog. And that's right here, better blog. That's the blog. And also let me know what keywords or keyword phrases you're trying to rank for. I'm trying to rank for Chat GPT, OpenAI, AI for content creators, right? These aren't the best. I'm just giving you an example, right? You could use the tool to actually create, but my keywords were created for Groove Agency. So I could use the keyword tool to tell me keywords that I want to rank for. And now it's going to rewrite the blog post and it's also going to critique it. Based on the blog content, which focuses on GPT-3, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it doesn't critique it. It just rewrites it better. So I can now tell it to critique it and say what was wrong. But now it's giving me a better title, Mastering AI-Powered Content Creation, Exploring ChatGPT and OpenAI, compared to How to Use GPT-3 for Text Generation. Which is better? Well, my team can argue, hey, Mike, we realize this is better for keywords. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But assuming that's not the case, right? The case would be that Mastering AI-Powered Content Creation, Exploring ChatGPT for OpenAI, based on what I said I wanted to rank for, it's giving me a good preview snippet and rewriting the content, and it's focusing on, it gave me keywords, suggested images to use for DALL-E. So if I went here like this, well, let's just click on DALL-E and then it automatically knows that I want. And so that is saying that that's the featured image. So it's saying that this image that is right here, it's suggesting this image. And this is all subjective, but I'm just curious. And then it also said that in the blog, let's have another image in the blog. As you see here, let me see. That's the featured image, but we don't have another image in the blog. Or is that? Let me just see. Yeah, so that's the image. So if we were to use DALL-E 3 again, I would then say this. And again, this is all subjective. It's saying that this would have been a cool image. I don't know. I probably would have prompted something a little bit different. And inside the blog, it's generating this image. But there you go, guys. It's giving me my keywords. It's a better blog made to focus on my keywords, and it did some formatting in H1 and H2, et cetera, et cetera. Let's see the second image. It's a really cool tool by Stability that I've been playing around with. This I like. This is really cool. Look at that. Cool little images. All right. So that's how you use that tool to create a better blog post. Now, remember, that's a better blog. Let's go back. We were waiting for the output for my pay-per-click headlines, my pay-per-click ads. When somebody searches this, we want to use this headline and this copy, and then link to our website. So it wrote my ads for me for pay-per-click. it's a great starter, right? And now you can have a conversation, say, give me more like this, or I need it to be more like this, but this is where it starts. So there you go. You've got Facebook ads, YouTube ads, pay-per-click ads, better blog posts, SEO wizard, storyboard artist. All right, so the storyboard for your VSL is very long. So you need to first run this tool here, Scene Creator. I break down sales letters into scenes, ensuring verbatim text. So what happens here, you're going to take your VSL that you've written, you're going to upload it like this. Please upload your sales letter, okay? And I have that, remember, right here. Here's my VSL right here, Groove Agency VSL. Now I would upload this just like this. And you can trust me on this. The job is to break this up into scenes. Now I already have those scenes. So let me show you. They're here. I have those scenes right here, VSL scenes. So it's basically taken each of those and it split the document up into basically sections and left everything verbatim. Now that I have that, I can now go back to this tool here called Storyboard Artist. Storyboard Artist is going to tell me that you first need to run your VSL through the Scene Creator. I've done that. So I'm going to say, let's get started. Please upload the scene you created with the Scene Creator app. If you haven't done that, I have. So I'm going to start with my first scene, scene 1. And what it's going to do right now, folks, it's going to go read this. There's one single reason why your online business is failing and why your funnels aren't converting. And it's not you, it's your execution. It's severely lacking. And it's going to take this part 1 and it's going to break this down and create images or tell me like, hey, for your VSL, this is what you need. So what do we want to do? Thank you for uploading your scene. Do you want Doodle Explainer, Cinematic 4K, Ultra Realistic, Pixar? Let's just go with Pixar. Let's just see what happens. Great choice. You've selected Pixar. I'll now read through your scene and break it into 6 storyboard selections, each with a title. All right. So it's identified a storyboard that you would literally, like if you were making a movie, this storyboard would be titled The Struggle for Online Business. Now it's telling me, find where it says there's one single reason, and it ends with the ending text, stop text is, it's not your fault. So this image goes for this part of the video sales letter. Now, the image for this is Pixar style office scene. Now it's creating the image. This is actually a mistake. It's not supposed to create the images, but sometimes it does. No big deal. So now imagine your video sales letter saying, there's one single reason why your online business is failing. Let's get rid of that. Let me actually load it here, right? And you have this image here. There's one single reason why your online business is failing and why your funnels aren't converting. And it's not you, it's your execution. And now we have the next part for the VSL. And that is this. Now it didn't create this. Oh, here it is, right? So there it is. So for this scene, it's saying that where the text says, but don't take it personally. It's not your fault. No, and then it ends with, no matter what you do, right? So that goes to this section here. And then it's going to go to the next section and create the image for the frustrating. Okay, if every funnel you craft ends up costing you money, and right, that's located right here. If every funnel you craft ends up costing you money, there's the image that would be used. Oh, I really like these a lot. I really, really like these images. And so now, folks, you don't even have to go, all the work is done for you. You just keep running this and go scene by scene by scene, and you'll have every image you need for your video sales letter. We're doing that now with Groove. That is called Storyboard Artist. Image Cloner and Reimaginer works like this. Let's say you have an image of a dog on a red skateboard. Where did that even come from in my thing here? Let's say a couple at a cafe in Paris. There we go. So we're going to get an image of this, and let's just take this one. Now, I don't have the rights to this image to use in my company. This is from iStock, but I really like it. So I'm going to save the image. Now, I'm using this one as an example, right? Whatever, right? So I'm going to say guide me. Now, I can say I want a near identical replica, or I want a near identical replica, but in a different style, or add something new and create a replica. But let's just let it walk us through the wizard. And it's going to basically say, welcome to image cloner and style with style preview. I don't know why it's called preview. Here's how we'll proceed. Upload your image. Start by uploading your image to transform the or create a replica. So for this one, I want to create a replica. So I'm going to go to my downloads. I'm going to find this image. And now it's asking me, do I want an exact replica or a custom style, or do I want to turn this into a Pixar or Cyberpunk or Looney Tunes or Disney animation? I'm going to go with, I want an exact replica. And let's see what it's going to do. Now, what this should do, if I remember, I made this a long time ago, it's going to create the DALL-E prompt that it thinks it's using ChatGPT Vision to see what it is. One. When I said one, it didn't get it. Let's just do it again. I want an exact replica. Now, it's using ChatGPT Vision to look at the actual image, and then it asks itself, if I had to recreate this image, what prompt would I use? So it's going to, I'll move my face here. Sorry, guys. It's going to image cloner and reimaginer. Here's the image. Do you want to see the prompt that I used to make this? Yes. Now look at this. A little green in the background. There's a red hat. There's a sweater. And it doesn't know that this is even Paris. It knows nothing. So look at this. It got the red hat, look, it's close enough. If it's something that captured the spirit of what you wanted, you could do that. And so here's the image, create an exact replica. And now I could tweak this. And look, it even knew it was a gray sweater. The woman was wearing a red beanie, striped shirt and vest. Was she really? Striped shirt and vest. It could have said a red, but whatever, we got it, right? So that's pretty cool. That's image cloner and reimaginer. You can now do this. Let's do this one more time. Let's rerun it. And I'm going to upload the same image, but this time, let's just let it go through. Upload your image. Step 2, choose a style. So I'm going to upload the image. And I'm going to say, what style should we use? Let's use Frank Miller graphic novel style. But make this 2 women friends at a cafe in New York City and in Central Park, right? So let's see what happens. We're turning it from 2 men and a woman into 2 women. They're in New York City. They're in Central Park. And it's in a Frank Miller graphic novel style. And just to show you what that looks like, if we put in here examples and we go like this, these are Frank Miller. He did The Watchmen. He did, A Dark Knight, 300, Sin City. All right. So error creating image. I'm sorry, but due to content policy. Okay. I know the problem. So I use Frank Miller. So I have to say, do it again. Graphic novel style. Sometimes it's going to say you use the word Disney, or it allows Pixar, but it doesn't let you use Disney. So we get the point. While that's generating, let's take a look at Pixar Me. This is a nice little fun one. I like this because this job is just to do Pixar images. Let me just open up my images over here and let me scroll to my most recent images. Okay, and come on, let's load them from the cloud. Okay, I'm just going to take this picture of me and Paul Hoffman right here at the event the other day, and we're going to turn that into a Pixar of me. And while that's happening here, I apologize for the inconvenience, but I'm unable to fill the image request. It doesn't align with our content policy. All right, so we're just gonna start this one more time, and I'm going to say near identical replica, but in a different style. Add something new and new style. Okay, so I'm gonna say here, but make the two women in New York City, and we're just gonna do, and I know that it's not allowed to do this because it has Disney, so maybe I'll go back and fix that. So I'm gonna put classic animation style. And I don't see how this can upset it. All right, while that's happening here, you'll notice I had to call it Pixar Me, right? So there's, I think I'm Asian, I guess, right? There's me and Paul, and there created a little Pixar version of me and Paul. It knew that it was a selfie. So you can Pixar images pretty quick. Let's see what this, please upload the image. I thought I did. I guess I didn't. All right, now, while that's happening, let's go down here. I'm not going to do this. We're going to wrap up for the day. Viral Video Assistant. No, actually, let's do this one. Let's do this. Viral Video Assistant. Let's go to my YouTube channel, and let's look at Groove.cm official. And let's look at one of my past videos that we have here. Now, we have our own brand, so, don't worry about that. But this was streamed. This was updates. Let's just see if we have any content. Outline your membership course. This is more, more educational. Let's go to videos here and just look by latest. Okay. This is more educational. I just want to see if we have anything on content. Let's just use this. My Groove.ai JV launch. I'm going to take this video right here, and I'm going to go to YouTube transcript, or I could use, GLASP right here. But this time I don't need the timestamps. So I'm just going to paste that URL. I'm going to now copy the transcript of this 5-minute video here. Okay. And I'm going to open up a text file, paste, save, Groove AI JV video. This is so out of date, this video. We've got a lot of updating to do. Okay, so now that that's done, oh, look at that. Okay, so we took this, we made a classic Disney animation, 2 women in Central Park, just like that. Okay, or you can just write the prompts yourself. But what's nice is it had a starter image, because you now don't have to give all these additional prompts, like the hat and having coffee. So it's a great way to not have to put a lot of prompts in by using this image starts as a starter prompt, and then you modify it. So Viral Video Assistant, boost your video's potential, upload the transcript. So we're going to go to the transcript of my video. Now, all you got to do is upload a video to YouTube, leave it, unlisted, so nobody sees it. And about as long as the video is how long it takes to transcribe. So if it's 5 minutes, it'll take 5 minutes to transcribe. If it's 2 hours, it takes 2 hours. Then when you get the transcription, run it through YouTube transcript or GLASP, and it's now going to tell you that this video that I have right here, that I entitled Groove.ai JV launch, would have been better titled Webinar Aftermath, Groove.ai's epic launch and record-breaking sales. Parentheses at the beginning, Groove.ai JV, right? Now, let's look at my description that we used here. I'm almost embarrassed. Groove.ai JV, right? I didn't have the time to do this, Right now it's saying, witness the incredible success. And guess what happens when you have a better title? And guess what happens when you have a better description? You're going to get sucked up in by the YouTube algorithm. And you're optimizing this for SEO and the algorithm and engagement for people. And let's look at the keywords that I use. I don't even know if they're listed here. I'd have to go in and see. I probably didn't even put keywords. Here are the keywords that suggest that I use. Groove.ai, webinar success, blah, 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 maybe, joint venture partners, right? And now it's telling me that I need a thumbnail. And I said, yes, yeah, help me out. So here's my thumbnail description that we would take over to Canva. Bold red and blue gradients to grab attention. The 3 to 5 words that you put on every video, these words that you see on screenshots, let's actually go here. You're going to notice that 3 words, 3 words, 3 words, right? YouTube videos have, text on the slide. So it's actually telling me that for that video, it should say webinar sales explosions, exclamation point. Include an image of a crowded webinar session to show popularity, blah, 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 blah. So what we would do is something like this. Right? Not the best picture of me. Let's maybe get me over here where I'm pointing. All right. So I'm just going to wait for that to point. All right. So we're going to get me pointing like this. I'm going to now take this like this. All right. And let's just see the image that it came up with for us over here. All right. We're going to copy this image. And now I'm going to go into Snagit. And I would actually go into Canva, create image from clipboard, right? We can now take me here and just put that here like this. And by the way, I wouldn't necessarily do something like this, guys. I don't like that. I do like this. And then now you'd go into Canva. Let me actually just do this just for the hell of it, right? Hello, Canva. Please be logged in. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go and create a YouTube thumbnail. YouTube thumbnails. And create a blank vlog YouTube thumbnail. Well, let's start blank. Why not? Okay. Now, at least I have the right dimensions, right? And I'm going to go back to here, click copy. Let's download the image actually. All right. And then we're going to go here and open up this downloads. We're going to drag this image on here. Okay. And we're going to size it like this. Now, it put the words webinar sales explosion for me, but let's just, say I said do it without text. We would now go into our text element, right? Find one that we like. Let's just, let's do this. Drag this onto here like this. Maybe that's not the best color, but whatever. It's, let's just change it to white. Now we're going to rotate this. I believe, let's see, like that. And it told us the words should be, and I'm a bad designer here, guys, right? I'm just going really fast. Webinar sales explosion. If I spent a little time in here, I could make this look really nice. We're going to make this font 80 size. Whoops. And we'd probably need to, make that a different color. So let's just see what happens if we make it So there must be some opacity on it as well. Black. But yeah, it's got some, different effects that I'm not going to go into, but you kind of get the point that we could go in here. Whoops. We could go in here and make a thumbnail, add a picture of me in there as well. Let's just make that white. Come on. White. Right. And add a picture of me pointing or whatever the case is, or we could put a picture of me right here as well. We could, all those different types of things. But this would be, I don't even know that I used a thumbnail. Right. So this is now going to get better click rates. I think you get the point. The job isn't here to teach you how to make YouTube thumbnails. I'm not an expert at it, but it basically looked at your video. And the most important thing is I've got a title, I've got a description, I've got keywords, and it advises me on how, I wonder why it says a Caucasian male. I wonder why. Usually ChatGPT, stays away from those things, but just curious. So finally, we have Viral Clip Maker. What you do with this is you upload a video transcript. So let's just go, if you remember, we did this one here. Webinar replay. Oops, I click cancel. Let's create clips and shorts. There's actually tools that actually do it with the video now, but I always wanted to just do this to see how the output comes out. So we got webinar replay, and this is going to watch this webinar replay by reading the text, and it's going to identify clips and shorts that we could give to a video editor and say, hey, go find this in the video and make clips and shorts out of this. Now, there's many tools that do this. We use Wizard.ai. There's another one called Opus.pro. But if you like to do your own video editing and just want to know where the clips are yourself and you don't want to pay a service, well, no problem. This will actually tell you when you start saying this and when you end saying this. And with this one, you want to use glass because it has timestamps. And Newspot Assistance, let's run that one while this is working. This basically says, help me find topics. And you're going to notice when we go into the configure, this is allowed to search the web. So great. I'd be happy to assist you to better tailor search stories for news for your podcast. Could you please tell me the theme or niche? I am in the AI news niche. Mostly tools. Right. And guys, I'm doing this slow. You would have a copy paste thing that you would use to run this every time. Or, you can just, make your own that does this and then, pre-program it to be for your niche. I can't do that because I don't know your niche. I'd have to create one, 30 different ones. But if you created your own GPT, it would be essentially the same thing as you see here, and you would give it your niche. So here we go. It just searched the web and generate AI ideas. So here it gave me, let me just see here. I didn't even see it search the web. I wasn't looking. So it's telling me that here's an article, 13 biggest AI stories. That was just posted today. AI Superhuman Intelligence Initiative. And now I could say something like this. I need ones on rumors of OpenAI chat GPT. Come on, Mike. GPT 4.5. Right at the end of our demo today. I've reached my limit. All right, I'm going to try to sneak one more time in there, and let's see if it'll load here. And let's see if I can. Nah, I've reached my limit. Let's see if the other one ended here. Hey, we got the other one. So this one, which one was this? This was Viral Clip Maker. So clip one, timestamp at 19 minutes. When you start saying this, and end text is here, title, for the YouTube video, description of the YouTube video or short, the keywords, the thumbnail design, and the reason why it thinks this clip was chosen for its potential to intrigue viewers interested in online marketing success. So it found 3 clips that we could turn into, these are clips, and now I would say create shorts. So this is taking the video and turning them into 10-minute clips. That it thinks it found content that would make independent YouTube videos. And we were going to basically go over prompt enhancer. Let's see if this one will run. And this one is if you say, turn my prompt into something more creative. We've reached our limit. There we go. Thank goodness. That one, if you say write a blog post about Ben Franklin, it'll turn it into a really cool prompt that you could reuse. And these were tools. So folks, we literally wrap this up. Talk about timing. And that was my biggest fear. I knew this was going to happen to me sometime today. I knew that these tools were going to, to ChatGPT was going to be like, enough is enough. Now it's going to happen to you. Unfortunately, there's nothing that I can do. ChatGPT says they're coming out with some new middle version, like professional. Hopefully, I'm happy to pay $99 a month. I hate getting timed out. But when we transpose these into Groove.ai, there will never be a restriction. There'll be a cost because you're using your own API key, but at least you don't want to look. I'm willing to pay ChatGPT $99 a month. So I understand there's a cost. So what sucks is not having the option to have to wait 3 hours. Now, I can't use ChatGPT for the next 3 hours. I'm going to have to use 3.5. So let's just go back here and see some of the stuff that you guys were saying. After get well soon to Amanda. Sorry if already covered, but I'd really like an update on what's happening with the knowledge bases. Thank you, Mike. We went over that yesterday in our stuff there yesterday, Dr. Toxin. All good news coming for the Groove platform. You're not even going to be needing knowledge bases soon. As soon as they give us the new GPT 4.5, which we know is coming out sometime next week, that's going to give us 125,000 tokens, maybe 200,000 tokens, which is basically a book. And I prefer the way uploading knowledge, the way you kept seeing me upload knowledges. We were going to be making your 30 questions a part of a knowledge base. Uploading knowledge is better because the knowledge base, it can't repurpose. The knowledge base, it goes in, it's more like an index. It finds something and you can have a conversation. It's good for like support. We're moving to the point where they're just going to increase the tokens. Knowledge bases are going to be going the way of the future. That's going to be for like human resources, asking a question to support, and it searches more like an index and gives you an answer. But uploading knowledge is becoming the new way. And Donna said that updates were yesterday. Yeah. It actually asked, let's see here. Okay. Oh, let's try that. It actually asked if you'd like to generate the image inside the app so you don't have to go to ChatGPT. Yes, it'll do that. Sansia on the team said this is really cool. And let's see here. Rocket Growth Strategy said, could better blog be linked to the original URL? I don't know exactly what that means. Oh, could you just do it by pasting the URL? That's going to be coming soon. You're going to be able to say, search this website. Right now, Bing Search used to do it. It's not doing it. So you have to instead copy the blog. But it'd be nice, yeah, if you can just get the URL and say, write this better. But it searches, but it won't do that for us right now. We got Wowie. Amanda, not feeling well, but still watching, loving the YouTube apps, excited to create my own with you, Mike. Yes, Amanda, you and I, it's probably better. I'm a little tired right now. Literally, I would have been running out of steam. We're going to go fresh and create a GPT on Amanda's resources for all the group members. Pierre Newell says, great session, Mike. Thanks a bunch. Are we ever going to have fun becoming more productive? Yes, we are, for sure. Awesome, mind-blowing, and let's see. Well, there's not a few more, so I'll just go through them all. Awesome. I have mind-blown fatigue. Why I don't see edit on my GPT. If you create your own GPT, you can edit it. If you use my GPTs, you can't. And the way you will see that is when you create your own GPT, like you'll see the data analysis tool here. This I didn't create, so I can't edit it. But you'll see Roadside Attorney I created, and I can edit that one. So you can only edit tools that you've seen. Will we be able to add our own GPTs to Groove.ai? Yes, you will. And there'll be a marketplace. You're going to be able to build your own GPTs or import them from ChatGPT and create them and keep them exclusive, share them with other people, sell them, or whatever the case is. But that is the goal. If you go all the way back to here, where we had the original webinar, the original mind map, you will see that we had something in here Oh, I'm not sharing my screen, am I? Sorry. I do that a lot. Thank you, Donna. You'll see something in here. Yeah, we built all this. It's crazy. The app. Let's see. Apps right here. So we said that we were going to have apps. Whoops, right here. So let's see where the app starts. Content creation. The chat GPT, we have that. Blogs, articles, emails, press releases, website copy, social ads, video scripts, reports and freemiums, books, and more. But there was one that was going to be website funnel creation, right? You know, all of these different things. This was our guide. The marketplace. So as you can see here, marketplace. And this says developers. We're not going to need developers anymore. You're going to be able to go in and create your own apps. They're just making our lives very, very easy for us. Moving on. Let's see. Now I'm excited for next week's on the white label. Can't wait to show you that, Mark. Here, I got an email marketing training series from about 10 years ago. Could you create a GPT to modernize? Yes, absolutely. You would just do it section at a time. I could basically rewrite my product launch tree and give it an update with that. Yes to the white label. Yeah, that's next week. Mike, this has been an awesome session. Thank you, Paul Jones. I can't wait to start using some of the GPTs. Where can I go to watch the replays of the last 2 sessions? Go to Groove.cm official. Search it on YouTube. I'll just show you that right now. You'll go to YouTube. You'll search Groove.cm official, and you'll see yesterday's presentation. If you go to my channel, you will see right here 1 day ago, Groove.ai updates. We will probably do some more trainings for you guys on how to create your own GPTs. We will create GPTs with Amanda. I might even make some more GPTs live with you. And I'm going to talk to Donna. I'm not sure about this, but I'm going to see. I'm thinking, but this is no promise. I'm thinking we may take a couple of these and actually share the actual recipes with you, the secret sauce that created it, so that you can modify it, right? So maybe like the news pod assistant, I'll show you how you can create one. We're going to keep these things sort of proprietary. But for the most part, I think you understand. I just basically told it what I wanted and it created it. So go ahead and create your own. And yes, you'll be able to transpose those into Groove.ai in the future. Thoughts on using GPT and AutoGen and automation all working together? AutoGen is going the way of the past. Microsoft and OpenAI are going to be releasing a new thing better than ChatGev. That's what I said, that the next generation is creating an interface that's going to let these GPTs talk to each other. All right. That's it, everybody. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, put my face on here, shut that off. We're going to go out with music. I think we put in 2 hours, 2.5 hours today, 2 hours and 33 minutes. We've been live on this today. So I said it was going to go long. And I even told Amanda that it may take 2.5 hours before we get to her. I was prepared to do 4 hours today because I was expecting to do another 90 minutes. But we are done. We'll get back to you on when when Amanda and I will be getting with you. But stay tuned next week. White label. You can attend, even if you want to learn more about the white label, even if you didn't buy the white label, there's still an opportunity to get your hands on that. We love you guys very much. Lots going on here in Groove. If I don't see you, have a happy holiday. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and all the rest, even Festivus and everything else and in between. Love you all. Take care. Let's roll that music and we'll see you later.